Hello and welcome to Trade Talks. My name is Yogesh. An easing of US-Iran tensions and confirmation that a Chinese delegation will come to Washington next week to sign the Phase 1 trade deal lifted all three major US equity indices, S&P 500, Dow Jones and Nasdaq, to new record highs. Although the midweek Iranian strikes against the US military retaliating for last week's killing of Iranian General Qasem Soleimani briefly jolted some markets, including spot prices for oil and gold. Those knee-jerk reactions were quickly shrugged off after the limited nature of Iran's moves seemed to remove the threat of further escalation. After fleetingly spiking above $1,600 per ounce for the first time in almost 7 years, gold dropped to below where it had started the week. Oil plunged 10% within hours of Iran and US stepping back from additional attacks, closing over 6% for the week. As investors set aside their fears, government bond yields in both Canada and US erased most of the last week's drop. Stocks got an additional boost when China said Vice Premier Liu He would visit the US next week for trade deal signing. Equity markets in Europe and Asia were more mixed but mostly higher. Stronger services PMI data and retail sales across the euro area, but especially in Germany, made Germany's DAX index one of the top performers. German industrial production for November also reported higher, its first increase since August. Stocks in Spain and the UK were down. In Japan, where trading resumed after last week's extended holiday, stocks made gains despite the manufacturing and services PMIs being unexpectedly revised downward. Earnings season begins just as the much anticipated Chinese trade deal is expected to be signed in the coming week. Both events are likely to be a positive for stocks, and they could be negative if earnings don't meet expectations and there are too few details in the trade agreement. Big banks are up to report earnings with JP Morgan, Citigroup and Wells Fargo on Tuesday. There's also some key data including CPI and retail sales and about a half dozen Fed speakers. So be careful and manage your risk by diversifying your investment portfolio. Friends, that's all from me. Stay tuned for more market updates next week and trade safe. Thank you so much for watching this video. To keep yourself updated about the latest happenings in the world of financial markets, subscribe to this channel. To know more about our seminars in the month of January, click on www.century.ae. My name is Yogesh. You have a great week ahead.